Hello friends, today we are going to make an application. Application would be the gym management system in .NET Core using minimal API. Let's start a new project. So once you open the Visual Studio, create a new project. And then from here, let's do ASP.NET Core Web App. Let's choose this one. Since we'll be using minimal API with razor pages. Let's name this masters. Here. Now create it. Let's see if it creates the minimal API. Yeah, so this is the minimal API with .NET 7. It also has some pages. So in .NET 7 we don't have the startup.cs file. So main entry point would be this program.cs file. As you see here, it has very minimal code, no classes. Yeah, as you can see here, this is the builder. This is the place where we add services. And after this section, where app is equal to builder.build, this is a section where we configure the middlewares. Okay. So let's run this app. Build is succeeded. It's coming. Yeah. Yeah. So by default we get this page, the home page and the privacy page. See, it's very fast. And this is all been done with the minimal API. Yeah. Or if you want the identity as well, if you want to log in and log out, you could have chosen the while creating a new project, you could have chosen the identity option as well. So we can add that section later in here as well. You know what? Let's add identity as well. Okay. So let's create a new. So this is one gym master. We can just add another project in this solution. Add new project. ASP.NET Core Web App. Next. Yeah. Gym Master. Let's name it Gym Master Pro. Okay. Next. So in this authentication type, let's use individual accounts. And this will, if you, I think if you use to, you can enable Docker support from here as well, but we are not using Docker at the moment. What is this? Do not use top level statements. So I think if we click this one, we will get the classes instead of minimal APIs. We want minimal APIs, so let's not click this one. Now create. So this Zip Master Pro is the one with the identity. So now we got this areas folder where we have identity as well. See, now once we run this, now let's make this one as a starting project, set this one as start project. So now when we launch this one, this project will be launched. Now we're waiting. The build is succeeded. Let's see if we get logins by default. Got it. Yeah, okay, now we see we've got these menus as before, but now we got this login option as well. Login and register. So let's register a new user. So let's give the email as CRUD. Let's add me. CRUD. Password would just give a default password. Oh, there should be some uppercase as well. So let's register. It's registering. As you see, it's loading. Once it gets registered, oh, so it says our database operation failed while processing the request. Login failed. Okay. So I think what's happening is we have to apply the migration. But you know what? Let's stop this project for now. And yeah, let's change the app settings from here. As you can see, there are two files for app settings. The one app settings, the development.json, this one is for the development, and app setting.json, this one is for production. For now, let's use my local DB. So by default, if I use dot, it will go as localhost. Let's name this as, let's give a different name for my database. Gym Masters trusted connection to and multiple access to. So if we use trusted connection is equal to true, we don't have to give username and password. Okay. So let's start this once again. Since we don't have a database yet, it might be the previous year, but let's see. Sorry for that. It's not trusted. What is this? It says the connection is not trusted. Yeah, okay. So whenever we get these kinds of error, what we do is we Google. Let's Google. Okay. Let's move this. Let's just Google what this error is. Trusted short period connection is equal to. If you have encrypt is equal to true, I think we have to use encrypt is equal to true in our connection string. This one, encrypt is equal to true. Let's try once more. Let's try to register again. This one, password. So we still have that error. So that will encrypt is equal to true. Was not the solution. Encrypt is equal to false to web connections. Okay, let's try this one. Add encrypt is equal to false. Restart again. Let's see. If this doesn't work, then we'll try something else. Legs minus million. You can apply migration from here, update that, and then update that database. Okay. We can do from here, or we can also do it from this package manager console. We can add migration from here. This package manager console. If you can't find this package manager console, you have to go to tools, new get package manager, and then if you click this, then package manager console will come up here. Migration, give migration name, example, initial initial is referenced by the startup project team master pro. Oh, that's it. We need to select the Masters Pro since we have two projects. It got confused. Interesting. So there's no migration here at all. Okay. Let's try it. Yes. Looks like this initial migration was not needed. By default, ID has its own migration. Okay, I think it works. Let's check in the database. Let's start SQL Server. I think we'll have SQL Server configurations here. Okay, by default, no, it checks for the default connection. This default connection would come from this app settings.json, this one. Database. And let's check for this Gym Masters TV. So here we have Gym Masters TV. Let's see what tables are in here. So we got all the ASP.NET user roles, users, and claims table here. It also has this migration history table. Let's see what's inside migration history. So yeah, we've got two migrations. One is for create identity, one is initial migration. But we don't need this initial migration. Okay, that's it. And now let's try registering again. Okay. It says save password. Now it looks like we've registered. Then it says this, since this would be email to confirm, so we have to click here to confirm our account. Normally this would be sent in our email, but now since we don't have any email providers, so we'll have to confirm them here. It's confirmed. Now we can log in. This is our email and password. Let's try login. Yes. So it said hello code heaven. If you click here, yeah, we can update our phone numbers, emails, password. We can also enable the two-factor authentication and other personal data. And download our personal data from here. So by default, the identity server identity gives us these options. So we don't have to do anything for user login and user password. It is handled by this framework, identity framework. See? But now what we want is to add some members. We want what it's a, since it's about gym, we want members in our gym, and then we need membership for the gyms as well. Let's see what fields. Let's see what else fields do we need in Gym Master Pro. And let's stop this one. And let's so whenever we make a new system, we'll have to visualize like what fields do we need in the first, and then we make the entities similarly. So let's visualize what fields we're gonna need. Let's open Paint application and let's brainstorm the entities that we might need. So for example, in the beginning we might need entity called so that first members table, right? And members table might have fields like fields. It will definitely have some. We need some IDs, right? So we'll need some IDs, and then we'll need the first name, last name, first name, last name, their sex, gender, the date of birth, their address, home or mobile number, their images, let's use some description to add additional informations. Let's just put this as notes. We might need some, what else? Okay, if they choose personal trainer, we might need trainer as well. So for now, let's use this bit of information for members. So if there's member, then we'll also need a trainer. So let's make another table called trainer. So in trainer, let's imagine some of the fields that trainer would get. We definitely have an ID. So it's also first name. First name, last name. Yes, same field. This is a trainer will like it's a will have salary as well. So trainer is done, and members and trainers, they might have like one-to-many relation. Since one trainer will have many members, I think it will be a one-to-many relation from here. It will be a one-to-many relation. Okay. And after trainer, we'll also have memberships. And we'll also have plan, right? What kind of plan and prices? Let's make the plan table first. Let's think of some entities that plans will have, properties that plans will have. Plan. Plan will definitely need the membership that members will take. So membership, what will do is will add. The membership would be a mapping table of choose table between members and plan. So here we'll be adding some. It's a membership table, and we'll have some features like, so it will definitely have ID, and then we'll use member ID here. The same member, this ID would be coded. And then we also have plan ID. See what kind of plan this member has taken. And then we'll also have a start date here from where the membership is started. Start date and end date as well. Okay. Yeah. No need price here since our price is already in the plan. That's it. Let's imagine something else. So since members will always, so we need to track the attendance of the members as well. So let's make a table where they can check in. So we can name this as an attendance table, or let's say a checking table because they will be checking in every day. Let's make a checking table. This checking table will have fields, definitely an ID. Checking will have member. So a member ID. Time, checking time. The plan. So we can either add plan in here or we can just join. Get the plan from this member ID. Join this member with this, and from here join the membership, and from membership we get join plan and we get the plan from here. So we don't need to add a plan here. So we also add status here. Status to see if it's active or not. In time as well. And this will be a start time. This will be so that's it. For now, so now let's imagine, let's get the relationship between these. So members and trainer. So there's going to be one to many relation between trainer and members, and between and from members, yeah, from members to membership. Yeah. Mm -hmm. Yeah. Do it once again from members to membership. Okay. Members and from members to membership, we're going to have from members to membership. We will have one to many. We can make one to one or one to many relationship. Since one member can have multiple memberships. For example, a member can subscribe to a gym or cardio. Right? If a gym contains like sauna or swimming, they can have membership of those as well. So this one is also going to be one to many relationship. And plans and members. So for plans and membership also, I think we're gonna have one to many or many to many. So let's make one-to-one relationship for now, and we'll have to think about what if it's going to have one to many or many to many relationship later on. And then within the checking and members also, there is going to be one-to-one relationship. Okay, so let's start building the entities now. So let's at the beginning, so let's make entities in a different project so that it can be reusable between other projects as well. Like for example, we have Gym Master Pro and Gym Masters. We can use the same entities. We can share the same entities between these projects. So let's add a new project. So this time it's going to be a class library. Let's name this as entities. Let's choose the framework .NET 7. You can also choose other frameworks. But for now, let's use .NET 7. Great. So by default, class 1 is there. In the beginning, let's add a base entity. Yes, we'll name this to base entity. The base entity is going to have a shared properties. Since most of the entities will have common IDs, we'll have use this common ID in here. And we'll also use that. It's created at these will always be the same. We also want to track who created this one. So created now let's make entity for trainer. Trainer and plus this is going to be public since we will be using this in our other project as well. Other this one is master pro project. It will inherit from base entity. Since it already has ID, but we need first name, last name, sex, date of birth. First name. Last name. This one and let's and then date of birth. File number, phone, parent might have salary. So salary will be of decimal type. So skip. as well to storage. But then let's do that later. Let's create this entity in the beginning. So what we have to do now is so we have to now add this to a context class, and then we have to set this entity. Since we are using identity framework, we will have to, yeah, let application DB context. We have to add those DB set in here. Let's go. So let's features here, and since this trainer is not available in this project, and we have to add reference to entities. Trainers. So by default, we can also give a relation in like on trading, like override here on model trading.
Amara.
We have to add this entity called trainer, and we can make the relationship between other models as well. But for now, let's leave this one. Since let's make another entity. We can another entity called let's copy this comment, and then we can make a relationship between char and member. This one. So member will also have first name, last name, date of birth. And this phone will not have salary, notes, and also it will have, so it will have a trainer. So we'll have to add trainer as well here. And let's make this a trainer ID. We'll literally loading this trainer names in here. So we'll have to add a virtual keyword here. One trainer will have many members. So inside trainer, we'll make a collection of members. So some let's see virtual keyword here as well. This one, let's make this nullable. Member this trainer would be so now let's make the relationship, build a relationship between them. So the relationship. So in the trainer first time you will have, by default you will have ID. T and then this one members with one. So now inside members, member will have one member will have only one friend. So members will have m dot trainer, and then we also have to mention the foreign key. Foreign key and slash and trainer ID. So these, if you're confused with these, so if you just hover here, this trainer, and if you press F12 here, you get these members. So these members are from this trainer entity. Go back. And if you press F12 in this trainer, so this trainer is from this member entity. And if you get F12 in this trainer ID, this trainer ID is from member entity. This is going to be the foreign key. So we'll tell this entity framework to use these relations and this foreign key on whenever at the, when it's creating the model and model creating. This is required. And we can make it behavior as a strict or no action. So whenever there is a relation between this member and trainer table, once we delete one of the table, by default, the behavior will be cascade. So cascade means is one when we delete one of the trainers, all its related members will also be deleted. So we don't want that. Even if the trainer is deleted, the its members could be assigned to another trainer. So the deleted behavior here would be action. But in some cases, like for example, of product and categories, if the category is deleted, then it's all right that its products are also deleted. In such kind of application, we can use delete behavior as cascade. Okay. Okay. And that's it for now. Now let's add a new migration. Add dash migration and entities like trainer and name. It's building. The build is succeeded. And here, the migration has come here. So let's check what code it has generated. So as you can see, and the ID column is here, and this ID it came from, although it doesn't have ID here, this ID came from this place entity. Yeah, it will also have this created, updated, and created by field. Let's check if it has. Yes, so as you can see, it's created, updated, and created by field. This came from the base entity. Now the fields are also here. So ID would be identity, which is made from this entity framework. And then we have member. So member also has these fields. And let's see, it has that foreign key. So it has this foreign key, trainer and trainer ID. Trainer ID is foreign. So, yeah. So this is the index for the trainer ID. And in this down field, it will drop this member and trainer. Whenever we reward this migration, this method will be called and it will drop these tables. So now let's update this database. Update this. So it looks like it has created tables. Now let's check in the database. This one, let's refresh. Let's check the tables. Yes, as you can see, we have member and trainer, which are empty at the moment. Yep. So now let's make some page. Let's make some page here so that we can address this. let's make page to add the members and trainers. So let's make CRUD operations for members and trainers. For now, since we are using the minimal API, we will be adding a new folder called endpoints. So if it was MVC, we'll be adding controllers, but in minimal API, we will be adding the endpoints. For us, since we need the pages are okay, in this pages field, let's add a new folder. Now folder would be trainers. And we'll be using we'll be generating the template using entity framework. So right click on that folder, add, and use this new scaffolded item. And then we'll be choosing razor pages using entity razor page entity framework CRUD. Okay. So it will generate a page with CRUD operations. Okay, now what? Let's choose the model class. For trainer, we will be trainer entities and application DB context. So this is not a parcel view, so uncheck this and this leave it as default and add. So wait, it will take some time to generate the pages. It's very easy to generate pages in razor pages. So it's scaffolding now and updating the dependency information. So now that generated the page. Go to trainers. So it has all these files, create, delete details, index. Let's go to index. Yeah. Let's create all the required HTML for us. And you see, if you click in this arrow here, you can see the model class for this index. Every file HTML has, it's similar to code behind. You get these files here. By default, whenever you open this index HTML, it is bind. This is bind to this index model, which is this one, index model. And entity framework DB context is injected here. And from this context, you will get a list of all the trainers. If you go to edit, yeah, the same thing. By default on edit, it will check if that trainer is there or not. If not found, it will just say not found. And whenever the in edit, whenever they press the button to update, submit button to update, so this post on post is hit, and then it will modify modify these properties. So this property is the trainer here is this is bind in the HTMLs. So these trainers are bound. So whenever we make changes in this HTML, it is stored in this trainer and then it's saved. The same trainer is saved here. So let's run this application and see if it's working as expected. So here, as you can see, the links are not here, but if we check, if we check the URL towards the link, I think it will trainers. So I think since it's inside pages, it should be outside shared. I think I misspelled here. I made a mistake here. It should be outside shared folder. But I think we'll have to rename this namespace. Let's find this namespace and replace. You don't want share here, so replace all 0 occurrence surface. It's already replaced. Replace all. Okay. This no. Why it's not replaced? Fine, next. Why is it not finding? Let's do it manually then. It's done. So we don't want any confusions later. That's why. Let's do it now. We don't want any unwanted box coming here due to this namespace. And create. We don't want this shared since it's not inside shared. Okay. Details. Edit. So these are the very common mistakes that we make, and we must know how to undo the mistakes. So trainers, I think it should be fine now. Let's run the project again. Let's search for trainers. Yes, so now the trainers is coming. And we can create a new trainer. Let's suppose the trainer's name is count. Hardy and Snail. Now I think we can make this column as a drop down for male, female, or others. The same. And for date of birth, so by default, this calendar is also coming. We have written any code for this, but it's coming by default. Let's choose the year. Let's do this step for now. Okay. And this will be so it's going to change. Random phone number. B. Tom. And 1,000. Created and updated. By default, so these three columns, this should not come here. We'll have to modify this later on. For now, let's just keep this same date. Created by whoever logins here. His name should be going here. It should be done behind in the code. So for now, let's just keep and random name. So we can put a debug point here. And next, I think we'll go to create page. Let's go create and post. Let's see this in action. Create this hitting the debug point. It's valid. Then is admin, homeland, mail, bodybuilder, everything is coming here. And it's saved. Continue. Yes, so one of our trainer is listed here. So our CRUD for this trainer is done. We can also edit this one, this field. If you want to change the phone number, suppose say 9. This one. Saved. You can also delete, check details, and so on. So in the similar way, we can also create an entity page. We can also create a page for members. Now let's do that. Let's create a folder called members. Add folder item into the framework CRUD. Add, select member, and others are same, and add. Take some time to scaffold the pages. Excuse me. So now our page is generated. Let's test this page as well. Now, let's We can make those pages come here in the menu as well. We'll do that. Let's type members. Voila, here comes the members page. Let's create new. So that's the member would be Sika. Date of birth. Let's give it this one. This would be this one. So this trainer ID here, since trainer is 12319. Should the address here, the address of the trainer is coming up here. So it's this in this trainer ID drop down. If you add any more trainers, so those trainers will come here as a drop down. But by default, the address of the trainer is coming. We must make that as, we can change that. Let's finish this process first, and then we'll change this address. Instead of address, we can bring the name of the trainer here. Let's create a member first, and then we'll fix this bug later. Create it. So it's created. The trainer, yeah, we need to change this trainer here. So let's go to the members page, members create section. Yeah. As you can see here, in place of trainer ID, the address, we have sent address. Instead of address, we will have to send the name. I think first name. First name. And this property should be same. Let's go to that. And member and first name. First name. Receive data trainer ID. And if you go to the page, create, and check trainer ID here. Yes, it's getting from there. That's some view back, view back, and view data we are seeing. It's trainer ID. So whatever that's stored in trainer ID, it will show as a drop down. Let's check if that name is coming up here. Slash members. So we can edit this, and instead, I think this is, since this is edit page, we haven't edited this. We haven't changed this on in edit page, but we have done that in create page. Let's check in create. Now the name has come up here. Now let's do the same in edit page as well. Let's go to edit, and here let's what's name. Let's reload this and edit this one. Press this. No. Yeah, Tom has come here. And let's save it. Now let's replace this one as well. Yeah, I think we'll have, let's see if it's added in the database. The address is trainer. Let's check for members. The trainer ID is 1. Okay, so I think we'll have to update the same in index as well. Index here have included trainer. I think in index HTML trainer, in case of trainer, yeah, it's going the address instead of address we need the cost name. Okay, let's auto load this one and let's refresh this page. Refresh. Yes, so now the trainer name has come up here. So this is very easy in .NET with just a few, without writing many code, we have generated this whole page. Now let's make these members. I'm going to come up over here. For that, we'll need to go to our shared folder and layout page. Let's see how here is our navbar. So their home and privacy here. And copy this and paste this 2 times. And instead of privacy here, it will be vendors. Vendors and the name. Copy this in the link. ASP area. I think this page, this section also needs to be updated. By default, this area is blank. Since these are in the root one, but mine one is inside this trainers folder. So I think I'll have to put trainers in here as well. Check. Yes. So in here, it's gonna be ASP area would be this one trainers slash index by default one index space. Members would be members slash index. Runs. See, as we can see trainers and members. So let's click here. It works. No, it's not working. No, it's not working. Only privacy and home are working. So these trainers are not working. It's not inside. I think I made a mistake here. Oh, it's not inside ASP area. This said this should be inside here. This should be inside here. This is it's hard this. Looks like we have to rebuild again. Now let's when you click in this trainers. Yes, now it's going to trainer space and member space as well. Yeah, it's working correctly now. But what if we don't want to show this to the uh, when it's not logged in? We want to show this only to the login users. What should we do? So for that, what we need to add is we need to add a piece of code, and that piece of code would be in this section. What we need is we need to make if this is a syntax sign-in manager. The sign-in manager is signed in. Sign-in manager to inject the sign-in manager. So for that, what we need is okay, I have this support here. Just above this space, we need to inject the sign-in manager and manager from this identity. Sign manager and this identity user is our user. Sign manager that as is signed in, and inside is sign in, we need this user. Yeah, this is the logged in user. And right here, we need to move this piece of code. Now, only once this user is signed in, then only we can have these two menus here. How do I know this? Because the same is on in this login partial for username and password. And if you go here and if you check login password, yeah, we are doing the same thing. Else then if it's not registered, then they show the register and login page. If you already log in, then they show all this log out this. Now let's check. Now as you can see, those menus are gone. Now let's log in. Log in. Yeah, here trainers and members have come. Okay, guys, this much for today, and we'll be adding the membership pages and plan space tomorrow. That's it for today. Thank you.